Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went in there? Or maybe you've had one of those moments where a word is right on the tip of your tongue, but it just won't come. You're not alone, and it's not a sign that something's wrong. It's just one of those little reminders that the brain, just like the body, needs a bit of care and attention as we get older. Now here's the good news. Keeping your brain sharp after 60 doesn't have to involve crossword puzzles all day or reading complicated books. In fact, you can boost your brain power in as little as 7 minutes a day with fun, simple habits that actually feel good to do. No stress, no pressure, just real ways to wake up your mind and keep it sharp. Our minds are incredible. They hold our memories, our stories, our jokes, our voices. And just like we stretch in the morning to keep our bodies moving, our brains need a little stretching too. That's what today's video is all about. 5 fun and surprisingly easy ways to keep your brain healthy and active, no matter your age. So if you've ever worried about losing your mental edge or just want to stay sharper, longer, stick with me. These aren't just tips. These are tools to help you feel more alert, more confident, and more in control of your day. Let's start with something you can do right after your morning coffee, or even while it's brewing. The first simple way to boost your brain is by switching up your daily routines. Now I know that might sound small, but trust me, it's powerful. See, when we do the same thing every day in the same order, brush teeth, make toast, read the paper, our brain goes on autopilot. It stops having to think. But when you mix things up, even just a little, it forces your brain to wake up and pay attention. Try brushing your teeth with your non-dominant hand, or walk a different route through your house. If you put your right shoe on first, try the left. These tiny changes spark new neural pathways. It's like giving your brain a mini workout without even leaving your home. It might feel awkward at first, but that's exactly the point. Your brain is learning, adjusting, adapting, and that keeps it young. You could even rearrange your kitchen drawers. Seriously, try moving the silverware or the coffee mugs to a new spot. The next few mornings, you'll probably reach for the old place by habit, but soon enough, your brain will catch on. And during that transition, it's firing neurons in new ways. It's building flexibility, and that's gold when it comes to mental sharpness. Now, if you want something a little more interactive, the second way to boost your brain is by learning something new, out loud. I don't just mean silently reading or watching a documentary, although those are great. I mean speaking it, singing it, or repeating it aloud. Why? Because when you use your voice, you engage more parts of the brain, especially the memory and language centers. Let's say you're learning a new word in another language, or a new fact about a topic that interests you, like space or gardening, or the history of jazz. Say it out loud, repeat it to yourself, or teach it to someone else, even if it's just the cat. When you verbalize new information, your brain holds on to it more effectively. It's like carving the memory deeper into your mental map. And you don't need a textbook or a teacher. You could pick up your phone, find a video that teaches something in just a few minutes, and repeat what you hear. Or read a paragraph from an article and then explain it out loud in your own words. You'll be surprised how much sharper your recall becomes. Plus, the act of speaking, listening, and processing creates a full-circle brain experience. It's not passive, it's active. And the more active your brain stays, the better it ages. You know, I had a friend named Jerry who started learning one new fact every day after he turned 70. Just one. He'd find a short article or a fun trivia video, say the fact out loud, and then try to use it in conversation sometime that week. He said it made him feel more mentally alive. That's the beauty of it. It doesn't have to be hard to be powerful. So we've talked about changing up your routines and learning out loud. Simple things, right? But don't let the simplicity fool you. These are brain training tools you can do without sitting in a classroom or staring at a screen for hours. They're real-world habits that fit right into your life. And that's really the secret. Your brain doesn't need perfection. It needs attention. A little stimulation every day, just like a walk around the block or a good chat with a friend, can go a long way in keeping your mind clear, curious, and energized. Let's talk about music. Not just listening to it, but really engaging with it, moving to it, singing along, letting yourself feel it. Because the third way to give your brain a boost in just a few minutes a day is to use music as medicine for the mind. Have you ever noticed how a certain song can instantly take you back in time? Maybe it's the one that was playing during your first dance, or something your kids used to sing around the house. Music has this incredible power to wake up memories, and that's no accident. It's actually activating multiple areas of your brain at once: the emotional center, the memory center, even the motor regions that control movement and rhythm. But here's the key. Don't just listen passively. Really engage with the music. Tap your fingers, hum along, or better yet, stand up and move your body to the beat, even if it's just swaying in place or tapping your feet while seated. That small movement, combined with sound and rhythm, lights up your brain like a Christmas tree. It improves coordination, balance, mood, and yes, mental sharpness. You don't need fancy dance classes or expensive equipment. Just put on a song that makes you feel something, maybe a Motown classic or a favorite from your younger years, and let yourself move. Try doing this for 5 to 7 minutes each day. Not only does it get your heart going, but it stimulates brain activity in a joyful, natural way. I once met a couple in their 80s who made it a daily habit to slow dance in their kitchen after breakfast. Just one song a day. They said it helped them stay connected physically and emotionally, and they both felt more awake afterward. That's the kind of simple ritual that's fun, meaningful, and surprisingly powerful for your brain. Even if you live alone, you can do the same. Make a little playlist of songs that lift your spirits or spark old memories. Play one while you fold laundry, water the plants, or sip your afternoon tea. Let yourself enjoy it. Your brain responds to joy, and the older we get, the more important it is to feed our minds with things that make us feel alive. Now, I know not everyone is into dancing or singing, and that's totally fine. There are plenty of other ways to stay sharp without putting on your dancing shoes. But I will say this, when you engage multiple senses, when you combine sound, movement, and memory, you create a kind of magic. It's like a workout for your mind and your mood at the same time. And speaking of senses, there's another simple way to wake up your brain that people often overlook, and that's using your hands. Think about it. Our hands are deeply connected to our brain. They're full of nerves and fine motor control, and every time we use them with intention, we activate complex parts of the mind. So the fourth brain-boosting habit is to do something with your hands every day that requires focus and creativity. This could be knitting, painting, gardening, doing a puzzle, or even cooking something from scratch. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't have to be productive. The point is the process, the focus, the decision-making, the coordination between your eyes, hands, and thoughts. I know a woman who started learning watercolor painting at 72. She'd never held a paintbrush before in her life. But she said that concentrating on blending colors and making little strokes with the brush made her feel more mentally alert than she had in years. And guess what? She didn't paint masterpieces, but she painted with joy. And that joy became part of her daily brain routine. Even something like organizing a drawer, doing a jigsaw puzzle, or building a model airplane can have the same effect. These kinds of hands-on activities slow you down in a good way. They make you present. They keep your attention right here, right now. And that presence is a powerful antidote to the mental fog that sometimes creeps in as we age. You could even try writing by hand again. In a world full of keyboards and touchscreens, the simple act of writing with a pen can be surprisingly refreshing. Jot down a thought, a quote, a little journal entry each morning. It doesn't have to be long. The act of forming letters, thinking through your words, and putting them on paper is a full brain activity. So, let's recap what we've explored so far, but not with a list, because this isn't about checking boxes. It's about weaving these habits into your day in a way that feels natural and enjoyable. Whether you're brushing your teeth with the other hand, talking out loud about something new you learned, dancing to your favorite oldies, or painting with watercolors just because it feels good, every single one of these things is a gift to your brain. And the best part? None of them require more than a few minutes a day. That's it. 7 minutes to wake up your mind, strengthen your memory, and bring a little extra spark to your day. Of course, we're not done yet. There's still one more habit I want to share with you, and it's something most people don't even think of as a brain exercise. But it's one of the most powerful ways to protect your mind as you age. And it just might surprise you. Because the final habit I want to share with you today isn't about puzzles or movement or even learning new facts. It's about connection. And no, I don't just mean being around people. I mean meaningful, thoughtful connection, where your brain isn't just responding, but engaging, feeling, relating. This fifth and final way to keep your brain sharp after 60 is to have real conversations every single day. Not small talk about the weather, not just saying hello or good morning, but real, thoughtful, curious conversations where your mind has to listen, process, remember, and respond. When you engage in a genuine conversation, where you ask someone how they're feeling or share a story or recall a memory, your brain is doing 1,000 things at once. It's accessing language centers, emotional memory, problem-solving, empathy, and recall. That's better than any app or brain game, and it's way more satisfying. Now, if you live with someone, make it a habit to sit down, even for 10 minutes, and really talk. Ask each other questions like, what's something you remember from your childhood that made you laugh? Or, what's something you've always wanted to learn? These aren't just memory tests, they're opportunities to relive and reconnect with the parts of your brain that make you you. And if you live alone, you can still have those conversations. Call a friend, leave a voice message, start a video chat with your grandkids, or even talk out loud to yourself. Seriously. It may sound strange, but speaking your thoughts aloud, even when no one else is there, activates your brain in similar ways. You might be surprised how much clarity you gain by just hearing yourself think. I knew a gentleman in his late 70s, James, who started what he called memory mornings. He'd sit down with a cup of tea and record voice memos telling little stories from his life. Nothing dramatic, just things like how he learned to drive or the first time he got in trouble at school. He said doing that made him feel like his mind was waking up, like the gears were turning again. And when he played those recordings back, sometimes weeks later, he noticed how sharp and lively he sounded. That's the power of conversation, even if it's just you and your memories. It forces your brain to engage, to express, to connect. And as social creatures, our brains thrive on that kind of interaction. In fact, studies show that social engagement is one of the strongest predictors of mental longevity. People who stay connected stay sharper, longer, and connection doesn't always have to be deep or emotional. It can be playful. Ever told a joke? Had a debate about something silly like the best movie of all time? Laughed about something completely random? That kind of interaction is fuel for your brain. Laughter, curiosity, and even a bit of friendly disagreement. They all keep your mental wheels spinning. So let's take a breath and step back for a moment. What we're really talking about here isn't just 5 random tips to keep your brain busy. It's a way of living that treats your mind with the care and respect it deserves, because you are not fading. You are not too old to grow. Your brain is still alive, still capable, still beautifully complex, and it wants to be used. You don't need hours of training or expensive programs. You need moments, 7 minutes to challenge yourself, enjoy yourself, move your body, speak your thoughts, connect with others, or even just with yourself. And here's what's really beautiful. When you treat your brain with this kind of care, it doesn't just affect your memory or your focus. It affects your confidence. You feel more present. You start to trust yourself again. That fog lifts. You begin remembering names, finishing thoughts, laughing more freely. Life starts to feel a little lighter. And you deserve that. You've earned that. This stage of life isn't about winding down. It's about deepening in ways that are richer, calmer, and wiser. And your brain can be your partner in that, not your obstacle. So here's my invitation to you. Try just one of these habits tomorrow. Maybe brush your teeth with the other hand. Maybe call someone and really talk. Maybe turn on a song and let your body move. You don't have to do them all at once. Let them fold gently into your life, one moment at a time. And if any of these habits bring you even a little more clarity, a little more energy, a little more joy, then that's a win. That's progress. That's your brain saying, thank you. If you've found something here that speaks to you, I'd love to hear about it. Let me know in the comments which of these habits you're excited to try, or if you already have your own brain-boosting rituals. We learn from each other, and I know this community has so much wisdom to share. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like. It really helps others find this kind of uplifting content. And don't forget to subscribe for more practical, empowering videos to help you live your healthiest, happiest life after 60. Here's to your sharp mind, your strong G-spirit, and your beautiful, still growing brain. Until next time, take care of yourself and keep shining.